Well, what do you know? It's that time again to start talking about crypto. Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. How can you crush this market? Let's start with Bitcoin today on So You Want a Crypto. I'm Joe. I'm back. It's that time. We're going to start making new content because it's the beginning of the bull run again. We're going to see Bitcoin first. We'll dial into some altcoins. But today is really just going to be about Bitcoin. If you want to find me other than in these videos, Twitter, that's probably your best bet right now. You can see what I'm up to on hollywoodland.space. And then check me out on Thursdays at 3 p.m. right now, and then that'll bump up to twice a week. The second will be Mondays, 6 a.m. That's Pacific time, with Metaverse Mints on Twitter Space Live. So you can come in, check it out, and ask questions. That's the easiest way if you want to interact. You can check out Mints. We've made a few games together, and during the bear market was the time to build, and so we were building games, learning all sorts of new stuff on how to make NFTs, make AR content, games, a lot of over the reality stuff, a lot of metaverse stuff. So if you want to check any of that out, go ahead. And Mints is mintsweb3.github.io. And inside you can see Layered Ladies right there. Here's my Layered Lady shirt. But there's all sorts of different things you can check out. The Emerald City Rug Pool. That was an augmented reality game that we made, launched this summer. It's still going on. And it's pretty cool to check out. So anyway, getting right to it, let's check out the market. So here's Bitcoin, $34,589. So just shy of what, 34, 600, something like that. And this has gone up 16% in the last 7 days. Overall market cap, so they're saying 10,640 coins. That's ridiculous. Exchanges, we have 911 different exchanges now with a total market cap, all crypto, all altcoins combined together is 1.3 trillion, which, we were a little over 3 trillion in the last bull run, just for reference. So Ethereum, about $1,800. It's up about 10%. And really, that's as deep as we need to go right now. This is kind of a welcome back. Let's, where to start, when to start. We're going to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin cycle and how that works. So stick around. I like it. I'm excited, really. I think we're finally getting to the point, because money will flow into Bitcoin. That's going to be usually the first. And then from Bitcoin, it goes to Ethereum to altcoins, because you need to trade with those pairs. And most pairs are with BTC or ETH, right? Ethereum or Bitcoin. We're up 66% on the year for Bitcoin. Price, we talked about that. Market cap, 675 billion right now. And then the market cap dominance is 51.2% of all crypto assets out there. So a little over half of it is Bitcoin. And the dominance, it kind of fluctuates. So as you go into altcoin season, that's when you'll see the Bitcoin dominance falling, and then altcoins are gaining that money from Bitcoin. And as we lead into where we're going right now, you're going to see Bitcoin start to gain dominance, I believe. Circulating supply says about 19.5 million Bitcoins out there. And there's going to be total 21 million, just so we're all on the same page. And that's by the year 2140. So what is this Bitcoin cycle? How does it work? This article right here is AMB Crypto, pretty recent. And it's a good little breakdown to start our process here. So the Bitcoin 4-year cycle explained refers to a recurring pattern of price fluctuations. Happens about every 4 years. It's not exact. It's based on blocks, which is every 210,000 blocks roughly. Every 4 years. So the first halving was in 2012, where we went from mining rewards were 50 Bitcoin, they went to 25. And then in 2016 to 2020, that 25 through the halving became 12 and a half, and then 6.25. And then the next anticipated halving in 2024, which is coming soon, will be dropping to 3.125 Bitcoin. So that's going to be basically you're having, what the miners make every 4 years. So the phase, there's multiple phases, right? So we're going to look at these. The halving event, this is where it starts. The halving mechanism is designed to slow the rate of Bitcoin creation, the distribution to the public, and cap it at 21 million. The bull phase after the halving, or several months after the halving, it's not precise. The reduced supply of the new BTC entering the market starts to have a noticeable effect. Coupled with an increasing demand, the price of BTC begins to rise. And then this initiates the bullish phase where the price increases significantly. Media attention, the FOMO from retailers and all that, that's where you're going. Then you get the parabolic peak and then the bear phase, which is what we're coming out of. And the accumulation phase, which is basically what we're in right now. Then you have the pre-halving anticipation. So we're probably right here between accumulation and pre-halving anticipation. Bitcoin halving is a programmatically set event that takes place every 4 years. It is part of a deflationary code. I'll put all this stuff that I'm reading, all the links in the description below, just so you can find it and reference it and stuff like that. But basically every 4 years goes in half until the year 2140, 21 million Bitcoin. Just throwing that out there a couple times, but here's a cute little chart. All right. Now, with 21 million Bitcoin total, a lot of that's been lost. Roughly 30% maybe, guesstimate. It's hard to tell exactly how much, but I estimate that as of this week, and let's see, that doesn't have a date on it, but this article was like a month, September 28th, so very recent. 6 million of the 19.3 million Bitcoin in circulation that have been mined have been irretrievably lost. So that means there's 6 million of them out there that you can just take right off the top when you're doing your math for the price, right? Because that's going to be how many there are versus how much money's in the market, and that's going to give you a price for each one. But basically, lost coins only make everyone else's coins worth slightly more. Think of it as a donation to everyone. Ever wondered how many Bitcoin are lost forever? Our data from Into the Block shows that 29% of BTC hasn't moved in over 5 years. It's possible that a large part of this concerns lost coins. How do you lose it? Well, you lose your private key, your seed phrase. You could lose the ledger that it was on. You could get hacked. Someone could steal it or whatever. Maybe it was on an exchange that got hacked and lost and whatever. There's a lot of different ways, but some people can recover, some people can't. But for the most part, none of that's coming back. All right, so what is the Bitcoin market cycle? How are we going to look into this? So we talked about the phase one was accumulation, and then we have like the continuation, the parabolic, and the correction. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're looking at these basically as each a year. So this is the 4-year cycle broken down into roughly 1 year increments. And we are right about here on this scale in the accumulation. And if we go back to an accumulation, we see that it's kind of a sideways, a little up and down. And then you get the next one, the continuation, looks usually a little bit similar. This accumulation was pretty strong, came back down. This one had a big dip, but it entered and exit pretty close to the same. This one was a lot higher. But this is a time of good growth, but volatility. And then when you get to that parabolic, that's this one. That's that big jump. That's what everybody wants. Nobody's a loser. Chicken, you know what I mean? Winner, winner, chicken dinner kind of deal. And then the correction, that's going to be your bear market, and where everybody loses and we drop 70% and all that kind of stuff. So right now we're looking at historical reserves exchange. And exchange is really the reserves. This is the blue right here, exchange reserve, and then the price USD. The price is going up, and as the price is going up, the amount that you can get on exchanges is really low right now. So that's going to play into this a little bit as well. And then some of this stuff is good to look at on your own, but we're not going to go too deep. Let's see. We have more. The Bitcoin and crypto market cycles, what you need to know. As per the short history of the 2009 born Bitcoin, the market cycle lasts 4 years. Halving event, which happens every 4 years roughly. We talked about it based on blocks. And it happened in 2012, 2016, 2020. Every low of a major cycle never reached the top of a previous one, i.e. the lowest price of the 2017 cycle, 3120, was way above the 2013 cycle's top at 1150. The latter is true. Okay. So here is, and you may have seen this before, the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle. And we are right in here. A recovery is possible, hope, going into optimism. This is what I guess. And I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, just some dude talking on the internet. So that's not where I would get my financial advice. But it opens up the doors of stuff you should be researching, or at least look at. So we're looking to go, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then the fourth year is the fall, right? Or somewhere in that time frame. But this is where we're at. We've gone through all of this. Everybody's dropped out. We've had capitulation and just all sorts of nonsense. But now hopefully we're getting through that. All right, so this is all of the cryptocurrency markets from CoinGecko. And right here is our Bitcoin dominance. So as we go, like here, 2020 and the altcoin season, we go from a basically 50% Bitcoin dominance, and then the other way around. As we come out, we go from about a 69% dominance in 2021, and now we've worked our way up 50, 52, 40, and then that basically hit it in the 40s right here, high 30s, 40s, and now we've seen that trend start to shift back to Bitcoin becoming more dominant and altcoins left. So that's money flowing basically out of altcoins back into Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then new investors money going into Bitcoin, and they haven't found out about altcoins or haven't flowed towards any of that stuff yet, but it should come. And that's kind of how this cycle works. So not all alts will pump during the next alt season. The project has been around for 3 years, but not much to show for it, then who knows. But that's just one of the CZ things on here. But most altcoins can't be purchased directly using fiat currency. So instead you have to go buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. Here, purchase Bitcoin first, then trade it for another altcoin. And that's why it flows like that. So that's why we're focused on Bitcoin first. All the new money is going to come into Bitcoin, possibly Ethereum as well. And honestly, there's a few that are probably just going to skip into maybe the top 10. But once you're looking deeper than that right now, it's such a hard gamble that unless you have a project that you really like or, something like that, I would say most, like me getting back in, looking at this bull run, how would I invest money and stuff like that? Again, not financial advice, but I would be looking at Bitcoin first, especially with all the news that's coming out. Possible ETF approval on many fronts, BlackRock, Cathie Wood's ARK, all that kind of stuff. It's that time. All right, so this one, and I like this article right here. It's a historical recap of past crypto bull and bear markets. And you basically, it just gives you a rundown of what the decline was, how it looked, the Mt. Gox. So we went 93%, we went 85%, right, or 84 in 2018. And then 2011, these are the bull markets. So $3 to 300. And then you went from 300 to 27,666. And this one was 14 to 91. These are in Australian dollars, but you get the idea. And then right here, scroll down here. Brief history of the bull run. So this one's similar to the last one, but the cycle, each one of the cycles, we can look through and see where we went from $13 to $400 from 2013 to 2016. 2016 we went from about 446 to 5,400, 56 to 34,000. And then when is the next bull run? So if history is going to repeat itself, we will see a new Bitcoin bull run beginning to pick up steam sometime in 2024 and reach its peak in late 2025. And if we look at these numbers, right? So the bull run 2013, December 2013, January 2015, a little over a year. 2017, 2018, a year. 2021, 2022, a year. And in between each of these, 4 years, right? So, I mean, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. This 4-year cycle rhymes pretty good. And it's something to at least start to consider, that we are getting into this 4-year frame. So we're looking at 4 years from now, November 2025. That would be the peak-ish, right? Maybe October, November, December, something like that, 2025. So leading up to that's probably going to be at least a good year. So now you're looking at 2024, and then 2023 is where we are now. So we're coming very close to the time that you want to be in crypto and be prepared for this. So it's time to start putting on our crypto hats and getting it work. That's all I got for you today. It's a welcome back. It's a little rough. No edits, just me. Hope you like it. Stick around. We'll come up with some more stuff. Comment. And if you want to chat, come see me in Twitter with Mints. Thursdays, 3 p.m. Pacific. And then once, things start picking back up, we'll pick the Monday show probably back up at 6 a.m. Pacific Monday. But we talk about AR, crypto, just about anything. You can come bring your project. Tell us about what you're doing. That's always something I'm interested in. And I know Joe from Mints is also interested in that. So awesome. Cheers.